everybody and welcome to my channel. This is Anastasia and today I want to show you my makeup for filming, for photography, using a lot of my favorite Charlotte Tilbury products. So first of all, my skin is prepped and I had a little exfoliation while taking a shower. This was from H&M. I picked them up actually just yesterday and such a great product. It's like a muslin and you can exfoliate lightly then moisturize. These are some of the products that I'm using at the moment from Boots and such a good price, such a good product. I was really impressed. Hyaluronic acid moisturizer, and I used some of the serums. I have niacinamide and I have the vitamin C serum before that. So the key product of Charlotte's is this magic primer, which I don't even really know what the exact name of it, but it looks like this, and it also comes in different colors. So the color that I'm using is 4.5 and medium, and I already applied some to my face. I'm gonna show it to you again. I think I'm gonna be running low on this because I'm using it quite a lot whatever I want that perfect glowy dewy skin. I'm using it, so I'm gonna be putting it on all areas of my face, especially on the eye area, some on the chin, on the forehead. It might make your complexion look a bit more like oily, but I think it's just like dewy and it's just a healthy, beautiful look. And you can use a sponge, but I just usually use my fingers to spread it out and apply it all over my face. You don't have to also apply it all over, just the parts of the face that usually need to look a bit more dewy, like this area, cheeks area, the forehead. It is really good at smoothing out whenever you have like acne or pores or something. The texture is not perfect. And then you can also use the same product to top it up in the final stage. So there's a few ways to use it. Then I would usually just start right away with the Airbrush Flawless Foundation, which I have in the color 6. My color range is 6 to 7, so 6 is a more on a fair range, and when I'm more tanned I go as far as 7. I like more tanned complexion. I don't like to look fair. This is something that I really like to do. I don't like my face pale. And before I had another concealer, the one with a sponge. I didn't really like that one, so it was just a few days ago when I went and I picked up another concealer. So now I will start with the concealer, and I got it in a color 8 and medium. They also have a range of colors, and if you struggle finding your perfect color, what worked for me, I took a picture of myself in a really good lighting when light goes directly to your face, and I expanded it, and then I took a color palette screenshot on a website and I put them together and I found my perfect shade. It actually works really well, and I think they have a matching tool as well. So the concealer is such a beautiful texture, and it's brand new, so it's not dry. I usually have a little bit of bags, not Prada bags, under my eyes. Here and there I do have some hormonal acne, so I'll just use a little bit to cover that up, or some freckles that I don't like showing, or like old scars. And then what I also loved is this new brush. It's specifically for concealer and it's gorgeous. Honestly, it's worth the money. So I'm putting a little bit under the eye area, basically using smaller brush and then using bigger brush to blend it all out. Now I'm gonna start with my foundation, and I'm also running quite low. I think it lasted me around 2 years with maybe I used it once a week or once in 2 weeks whenever I had that filming day. That's what I use. It makes skin really amazing, even if you have, you know, some scarring, if you don't have even skin tone. I'm just gonna spread a little bit around my cheeks, chin. It's best to also use it with a brush, so I'm gonna try it with the brush, but keep in mind that it will get dry quite quickly, so don't put it all over your face. You need to work it into the skin quite quickly. And in no way I'm a makeup expert. I myself learned to do makeup just a few years ago when I took a master class, a tutorial, like a class with one of the girls that does makeup here in Abu Dhabi, and it really helped me to learn this trick in a really quick way. It just took a day. So if you're looking for a nice gift for yourself for your birthday or something, I think a makeup tutorial class with a makeup artist who you trust would really do wonders for you. Feel like an artist. I feel like an artist. Adding a little bit to this edge because it always would not look nice if you don't blend it evenly. I'm just gonna check if everything is even. I'm using the beauty blender to put some more in under eye area. I think it's good at removing excess product and just helps you to avoid those lines. We're done with the foundation. Now I'm gonna do the blush. At the moment I was using the NARS liquid blush in color Orgasm, but I feel like it's not the best formula for me. It's not easy to travel with. It just takes a lot of room, and honestly, I think I'll need to find a better product. I'll probably go and buy myself a Charlotte Tilbury peach colored liquid blush because it only came out last year and I didn't yet buy it. So to keep the colors to the minimum, but definitely creamy or liquid blush works better for dewy complexion, much better than the standard dry blush, and it just makes sense. I think I apply it on the top of my cheeks, trying to lift that area. I think it really works magic, especially if you have a similar complexion. So if you look at my skin, my eyes and my hair, everything is kind of in the same color range. If you have dark eyes and dark hair, you don't have so much color in your face, and adding blush is essential at this point. So I'm adding a little bit more actually color here. You can also do your nose, but I don't really do that. I'll add a little bit more color on my eyelids and you'll see this later. It's not convenient to travel with this product at all, and then you always have to wipe your hands, so I always keep a towel or wipes ready. Next product that I'm gonna use is this contour wand. I have it in a fair medium. I don't know if we should have gone for darker, and this is one of the best, one of the first liquid contour sticks or bronzers that I did use, so I'm quite used to it, but at the same time I have to say it's also not ideal for me because I think it's a bit too liquid, and I want to consider switching to something more as a stick, and I've seen some from the other brands. But what is good about it, it's also dewy. It's quite easy to apply, especially if you are new to a professional, like semi-professional makeup as I was, so definitely a really good product for beginners. It leaks a little bit, so open it with caution. What it does essentially, it helps you to create beautiful shape on the face. My face is not super wide, but I definitely feel like it adds glamour that is so necessary these days, and you always look better at the side profile when you do this trick. And it seems small, and maybe somebody will see that it's not necessary, but it makes a lot difference in my experience. I also have another video on a really quick makeup with not doing all of the steps, where everything is kind of together and it all takes just 5 minutes. Definitely this makeup is much longer, but it looks better and it lasts longer. I have another 2 of these products, so this was a set of the light ones, and I do like them. Maybe I'm not gonna use the peach. Okay, I'm just gonna put a little bit of peach just to show you. It is really beautiful product, and for the holiday it's perfect. When you go somewhere and you don't need all of those like extra powders, just this set is perfect. And I think this color is perfect to put a little bit on your nose, because it just gives that touch of sun effect. Really easy to blend in, so I think also it's great for beginners, and it'll be super easy for you to use, while NARS is a lot more difficult to work with. You can overdose it. And another one is a highlighter. I think I'm gonna use it later. So now what you are supposed to do is to set your under eye area to make sure it doesn't form lines in those little under eye wrinkles. The product just gathers and it doesn't look professional. So for that, everybody is supposed to use the setting powder. I never really used it before, but I started when I noticed I had that issue as well. So this is a travel size, and I think it's just perfect. It's so small, because their other setting powder is just seems overly big. I don't like to have too many products, and I don't like them to be super big. And I think it works, but I wouldn't say that it does so much magic. This is the brush that I use. This is H&M, I think it's called a fan brush. I feel like this step is just so makeup artists don't shout like, oh, you didn't set your under eye area, da 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 da. So when I've done it, I feel accomplished. I don't really set the whole face area, because I feel like it loses the dewiness in my case, and I tend to look dry and cakey when there's a lot of powder used. Alright, so now let's do the brows and eye area. For the brows, this is what I'm loving. It's called Legendary Brows. It used to be called Supermodel, then they changed the names. Last year it became dark brown. If you're not sure about the color, message them on the website. They have the customer support and they will give you guidance. This is perfect. This gives color. It fills the gaps a little bit between the brows, which is great, and at the same time is also just single product, really easy to use, because with some brow products I feel like it's gonna be a bit too complicated. So this is why I like Charlotte. Their products are quite easy to use, and they are usually giving you what you need, the full solution. But I usually use 2 brow products. I would use this if I want a more defined brow, and then I would fix it with a clear gel. Perfect. It's so easy to use and it's so small. But this product is even more favorite of mine, because I use it every single day and I repurchase it around every 9 months, I think, because the only problem that because you're using it, it becomes yellowish and then it starts to flake. So this is brand new and it's so gorgeous. Did you see it? This is new super clear gel, super clean. The only downside, it does get yellowish, and then it starts to getting dry on your brows and it looks flaky. That is the time to get a replacement. And this is perfect to lift the brow and make it look upwards, and the more lines are looking upward, the more fresh your appearance will be. That's why we're doing contour, blush, everything's looking upwards. I feel like even without the proper eye makeup, this is already so much, and these products really create that such a beautiful, wonderful complexion that you'll be impressed if you give it a try. Now I'm gonna do the eye, and my usual to-go product for the eyes is a pencil, and the pencil that I was using is this one by NARS, but I'm really sure the brown pencil, if you also get it with Charlotte Tilbury, it will be as amazing. I tried it in a shop a few days ago. It was the Kajal, and it was gorgeous, such a nice texture. They didn't have it in stock, that's the only problem. I also really want to try Victoria Beckham Kajal. Definitely for Christmas I'm gonna be getting myself a set. It's gonna be on my wish list. Okay, this is not sharpened. Make sure it is quite sharp. It's running low. And for the light makeup, you just want to have a light touch on your lash area, which is not your not inside line, but the line that is directly on your lashes. We're gonna try to show you how this is. Basically, you're feeling the gaps on the lash line without touching the wet part of the eye. And brown color will give you a softer and more natural look in this. And eye products that I use by Charlotte Tilbury are these two. This has been bought by me a long time ago. It's I think it's called like a light pot lid. It's not a lid luster. I think it's called a glitter pot or something like that. I forgot, but it is I think it's the most fun product that I've seen in my eye collection. I also have the palette, and I did struggle with finding the right palette for myself because they don't have exactly similar complexion. This is, I think, most similar. This is nice, and I use it's the Exaggerate Eyes, and I mostly use this. I like to put a shine on my eyelid, and I usually just do it with a finger. And this one, I like this brown color, but it's more to the pinkish side. I think I would prefer it a bit less pink but more brown, but it's a nice palette anyway, although it's not perfect. The easiest one for me is this one, and it also would add a little bit of color in that eye area, which is so important for when you don't have too much color in your complexion. I would just apply a little bit on my fingertip. I didn't really prep my eye area today, just maybe serum. And look at that glow. It just works together with your cheeks, and then will support the same color with the lip color. A Walk of No Shame range is such a beautiful colorway. It just is beautiful, and it worked for me. And I didn't even do lashes yet. I'm looking for my eyelashes curler. Did I bring it? I found my eyelash curler, and I don't use it all the time. Such a pretty color. This is by Sephora. Probably it does make difference. And for the eyelash, I'll just use Maybelline. I think Maybelline is the best out there. And mascaras, I know that if companies are making something at really big scale, they're really good at this. So that's why I think Charlotte Tilbury is so good at their foundation, but Maybelline and L'Oreal are the best in terms of mascaras. This is the motion that I do when I do my lashes. You're trying to put more product on the roots of your lashes and then spread it out evenly. I went a bit darker with my hair color for the summer because I expect to be a bit more tan, and I just decided that I want to slightly increase my contrast level. And now let's do a lip. The one I picked is a lip cheat. I'm not sure. Okay, I have the color name. I think it's called Pink Venus, if I'm not mistaken, but it looks like a super safe color. I didn't want it beige. And to be fair, sometimes I do my lip liner, sometimes I don't, and I noticed that for complexion like mine, it could actually make your lip look less full. So actually let me try first without this. If I would do a lipstick that I like from Charlotte are these two, and I'm not really a lipstick girl. This is a bit easier to use. This is product that is called, I can't remember, I don't know the name of this, but this is easy to use. This is just like a color. I felt like I needed some of it, that's why I went for it, and it's called Romance Kiss. And this product is called Red Hot Susan. I thought I would need some red lip color in my makeup, and I did get it, and I did wear it for some of my reels. Yes, it really transforms the look sometimes if you add some red color on your lips, but I really don't use it as much, and both of them, they would work together with this pencil. It looks like this. My favorite product from Charlotte Tilbury regarding lip was a lip collagen bath in color which is same as my eyelid shade color. It's called Walk of No Shame, but it's finished, and then I repurchased another product. This is, maybe it's not a new line, I think it's called Lip Luster. It's more shiny, and the color that I have is called High Society. But that collagen bath is usually looks a bit more brownish, so for darker skin. But in that product, it worked beautifully. I might purchase that one again. So I'm just gonna do this, because although I quite like to have my even skin tone, but keeping the light, the eyes and lips light, I think it helps to achieve that natural makeup look. This is it without lip liner. And for me, it always works that texture has to be translucent, slightly shiny. Matte lipsticks don't really work for me, apart from maybe red. And I'm gonna add lip liner, and you'll see, and you'll tell me if it is looking more full, if it looks better or not. I'll just do a really light one. Not too much difference seen, but what I can tell that it definitely probably works good for filming, for something professional, but at the same time you're getting more mature look with the lip liner. But this particular one is just like really light, really easy. I think it's really nice bow shape today. It didn't happen to me before. All right. And the final product that I have gotten just recently is a setting spray, and I have to bring it because it's in my bathroom. Setting spray. I don't have any reviews on this product yet because I just started using it, but I think it would work really nicely to put everything together. What I don't like sometimes is the cakey look, or when things are like looking overly done. I think when it dries out, it would make everything just like look smoother and more put together. And my makeup is done now. I hope you like this video. Please give me a thumbs up to support, and I'd like to tell me if you have any recommendations on a good stick blush and contour product, because I think I'm open to try something new, and I'd really appreciate your recommendation. Don't forget to subscribe, and also check my Instagram for style focused content, and I'm gonna see you in my next one. Bye.